Hello, everyone. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all know who I am. I know who you are, and thank you for being here. Tonight, we're going to talk about, are you getting the most out of your life? Thanks to the inspiration by my marketing director, Renee Brown. She usually has wonderful topics for me to work with. I'm so close to everything, it's hard for me to find other things. So she's a great help in that regard. Give me a quick moment. I'm going to be right back. Maybe share this link to your wall. That'd be awesome. Just creating a little atmosphere. How you like my jammies, my skivvies? Right? Just getting settled in. It takes me a moment to fall into the essence. So the question tonight is, are you getting the most out of your life? The most out of your life. That's an open question, including myself. Am I getting the most out of my life? Boy, I can tell you, I sure am trying. No, I am doing. We're all trying to get the most out of our life. But do you feel that you're getting enough to sustain you, at least for the moment, until you climb up another rung on the ladder, the Jacob's ladder, the spiritual ladder, the spirit ritual, the spiritual ladder? Are you making any progress? Even when you're not making progress, you are making progress. We're all in progress process. We are. We don't ever move backwards. It may seem like we're moving backwards about achieving the things we want in life, but we never move backwards. That's a misnomer. It's erroneous thinking. What looks like going backwards is actually moving forward, maybe at a slower pace, but it is a moving forward of things. Give it a couple more minutes for, maybe 2 more minutes for people to collect. I'm going to say hi to Dana, Allie, Dan Hoquist. I just did an interview on Head to Head, Heart to Heart with Dan. The False Illuminati line. Phenomenal, bro. And you said something last night, I believe it was, that I found on the internet today. I didn't look for it. It showed up. You are right on point, sir. Hello, Kayleen. Hello, Sue. Everyone would hold a vision for me really quick. I just put out some feelers to another Unity Church here in Memphis, on McCorkle and Whitehaven, so that I can anchor that radical presentation gig. Just see it in your mind's eye. Make it so. Take a breath. It's done. Thank you. So tonight I'm going to be talking about, are you getting the most out of your life? I got a few notes. I don't usually, sometimes I prepare notes, but it's all about nectar. We're wanting the life nectar. We're wanting the spiritual ambrosia. We want the amaranth. We're wanting the juice. We're wanting the bang. We're wanting the zone. I get it. I love those places. All those words describe the same thing. The jewel. The nectar. Think about that word nectar. The other day, my son and I went to a snow cone shop here in Memphis. If you want to know where that's at, I'll tell you. It's on Wells Station. It's called Jerry's Snow Cones. And I had a nectar cream, my mother's favorite snowball. Nectar cream. And it sparked in me the idea of what life is like when we drink nectar. It was very floral. It was so delicious. Think about your life being as a nectar. Something you cannot stop taking a part of. You just keep wanting it and wanting it. You can never get tired of it. You can never get full of it. I can tell you how to do that. I can tell you exactly how to do that. By being in service to other people. Any level that you are in service to other people creates nectar within you. When you go out of your way beyond the time you think you have, because time is irrelevant, and when you serve other people, believe it or not, you get more time, because time is infinite. The universe is infinite and time disappears. So there are no longer 24 hours in a day, believe it. Life is getting infinite. At least our perception of it is becoming infinite. If you are living in bliss and drinking nectar, drinking the nectar of life, being in service to other people. It's great that you're in service to other people when it's convenient. I get it. That's beautiful. And if that's all you can do or handle right now, amazing. But if you create the window to create time for yourself to help other people, when you will notice that as you are helping other people, the time that you created to help them flees from you, or you are living in the absolute infinite potential. Opening the door for someone at a grocery store. Feeding other people out of your own money, out of your own pantry. Spending your time, spending your money to help others determines the level of nectar and bliss in any reality. You live a life of service, seeking no self-gain. Your reward when you pass to the other side, because there is no time, will be an explosion of infinite light. I want that. I choose that. I am. The energy's rising now. I can feel it. I am that. Even on this earth plane, when you help other people to the level I'm speaking of, in your helping, the light graduates, the light expands. But even after you leave said people in your helping, the nectar and the bliss for you will linger. And if you do it often enough, it'll linger over until your next experience. And if you do it often enough, and it's your third time around, it'll linger over into your next experience, and your next experience, and your next experience, and your next experience. And then you will realize the real payoff. And you're not doing something to help other people that you're expecting to get, is when you will get everything. And then you will realize, I'm going to help other people as much as I can. Because we're tapping into the well where the nectar and bliss resides. This is how you get the most out of your life. Is everything okay, fine, audio and video wise in my theater or my listening room? Yes? Please say yes, Keith. Everything is fine. Thank you, Dana. So when you live a life of service, as much as you possibly can, or even as much as you dare or do, I did a presentation a week ago today at Unity Church. And what happened to me while I was doing that live presentation publicly, I was standing in the light. I was standing in the gate. I'm addicted to it. I'm sure you know that. I'm sure all of us in here feel that way. Any aspect of your life that you are not finding balance or seeking a reward, you are entitled to seek reward in the helping of people. The reward comes naturally. But I know that when I do work like this, I get something from it. But I really don't go about it to get that said thing. I just know that said thing happens when I do this because I love doing it. From The Divine Principle, my bestseller, as you know, for those who don't. The Divine Principle, Anchoring Heaven on Earth. You can find this book at KeithAnthonyBlanchard.com or centeroflightradio.com. Go to the Creations tab. The music you heard when the broadcast started, when I was not on the screen yet, was by Lavender Soul. We are considering doing a new album. Dear Lord, it's going to be amazing. Spirit says from the Divine Principle. Well, I asked the question first. What have I been really seeking all this time? This is the answer to the question, or at least one aspect of an answer to the question. Am I getting the most out of life? Are you getting the most out of life? What have I been really seeking all this time? Spirit says, what you have been longing for is your own internal life fire. But because until recently you were looking for love in all the wrong places, you have always fallen short of fulfillment. Your obsession with things external has taken over and left you feeling alone and unguided. Your belief in lack has driven your ego wants, urges, and addictions. By overlooking the spirit within yourself, you have been unable to fully realize that it is you alone who have held the key to your own bliss. Go back to nectar. Something is beginning to move inside of me, and I've been reluctant. I won't say hesitant. I'm not hesitant about it. Reluctant. Not sure. Something wants me to get out the way and let it speak. I'll always do that every time I do this. Or anytime I do any of my work. But I think I'm going to save it for another broadcast. Call it The Reveal. And I will actually go into a full-blown channel. I haven't done this in probably 12 to 15 years. A full-blown channel for about an hour. Maybe. Hello, Mr. Dan Hoquist. So I'm thinking about doing a full-blown channel in the very near future. Just opening up and getting out of the way and let whatever happen happens. Spirit says from the divine principle, you may ask why I do not solve your problems. Are you getting the most out of your life is the title of this broadcast. Spirit says, you may ask why I do not solve your problems. Because Spirit wants to empower us. Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach him how. The answer, Spirit says, I do address your problems, but not by waving my hand to remove them. For that would only negate my unconditional love, the love that allows everything to be just as it is. If I were to step in and immediately solve the calamities that you have created, all actions, development, and evolution would stop. I'm going to talk about evolution in a moment. And if a greater need should arise, all of creation would collapse with its law of cause and effect in place. The solutions you seek will come about when everyone becomes willing to be stripped of all that is impure and to be rebuilt into conscious, connecting these two, conscious beings. Only then will you be able to rise above your troubles and create a world of love, peace, and unity. Love, peace, and unity. Are you getting the most out of your life? And the simple act of helping other people, in that one act alone, you are creating love, obviously. You're creating peace within yourself and you're extending that to the other person who may be in need, obviously. And you also create unity. Those are three components. But there's something else that happens. There's a fourth component that happens when you combine these three. Ooh, dear Lord. It's getting high in here. And that's the nectar. The divine amaranth. The ambrosia. Hello, Christopher Bingham. When you help other people, you create love, peace, and unity. And then the fourth component is born. 4 represents power. 1 is spirit. 2 is spirit and something other, or at least we think there's something other. 3 is the Trinity that brings us back together with spirit. And 4 creates a new beginning of those 3, peace, love, and unity. So now 4 becomes a power. The 3 folded within itself creates power. When you implement love, peace, and unity in your life and help other people, first by helping yourself, you are given power. What do I mean by power? I don't mean might. I mean light. Tomorrow, as soon as you're done with this broadcast, whenever, as often as ever, go out and find someone. Don't wait for them to appear on the street corner. Find someone. If you could spare 20 bucks, it ain't about the sum of money, but the sum of money can truly help someone. It's about your hand. It's about your gesture. It's about your heart. Hello, Heather. Helping other people. I will say this throughout this broadcast. Spirit is coming through me now, and it wants me to press home this beautiful, ongoing, paying it forward gift. Help other people, help other people, help other people. From the Divine Principle, my bestseller, Spirit says, how pleased I am, speaking to me, how pleased I am that you're beginning to see at last that acknowledging any pattern is the halfway point to change. The other half, as you also know by now, is to keep on doing the actual work. To totally commit to your new ways by resisting every temptation to go back to the old. Hold yourself steady as you would a magnifying glass to the sun, a little longer each time until a clearer image of your path is burned into your consciousness. Know that just because the sun sets, it does not mean that your day's work is done. Changing your life patterns is a 24/7 job. It's a 24/7 job. Church is not Sunday at 9 o'clock. That's called socializing, really. In the name of, it's socializing in the name of spirit. Hello, beautiful friend. You are having church right now. Every moment of your life that you are intentfully connecting to spirit, you are in church. For you are the temple. The profound cannot be found in a church, temple, or synagogue. That's erroneous thinking. That's the profound. As I always said, acknowledging the pattern of what it is you're wanting to change is the halfway point. Congratulations. Just by acknowledging something about yourself that you want to change, you have done 50% of the work. But the other 50%, you cannot leave undone. Or you can, but since you came halfway, why not finish the dance? Acknowledging what you're wanting to change about yourself is half of the work. Congratulations. Because you cannot achieve not even one step without ever acknowledging it. But in acknowledging it, you've gained 50% of your path. Spirit continues. One more thing you have not yet learned, Keith, is as you played life over and over, is how assigning guilt to someone only nullifies your own power and leaves you both with hopeless, angry thoughts. I have to read that again for me. One more thing you have not yet learned, Keith, is as you have played life over and over, is how assigning guilt to someone only nullifies your own power and leaves you both with hopeless, angry thoughts. So as this broadcast, Are You Getting the Most Out of Your Life, is titled, and I've been speaking about being of service to other people. This sentence right here, being of service to other people, is not about necessarily buying them food, giving them money in the street corner when they're begging, or housing them, or sheltering them, anything like that. This is a different aspect of helping other people and being in service. Let me read it again. One more thing you have not yet learned as you have played life over and over is how assigning guilt to someone only nullifies your own power and leaves you both with hopeless, angry thoughts. Someone pissed you off. I get it. Initially, they piss you off. It's a common response. You're not your thoughts, and you're not your feelings. And until we get out of the addiction of being habitual about moving into the feeling and responding and reacting from it, nothing good will come out of that. But it's about taking action instead of reaction. But you are also being in service to other people, that when said person pisses you off, you step aside and realize on some level you created this in your life. Not for you to get upset with them, but for you to step back and realize, wow, I just learned something amazing, that I don't have to engage with a game that they incited. Instead, I'm going to step back and be excited about engaging in service and not assign hopeless, angry thoughts to them. That's being in service. Because in your forgiveness for giving to them, in your forgiveness not only takes you off the hook, but guess what it does? In your being of service in this way, it helps to dissipate their karma as well. And that is a true light worker. That is what is meant to be a true light worker. That you are in service because you don't take their folly personally. In fact, not only do I not take it personally, I'm going to help elevate you out of your own karmic cycle by holding you in a space of light. Karma doesn't mean dark, doesn't mean light, it means action. But for the sake of karma as we know it, dark and dense, something happens to someone that's bad, or reap what you sow, comes around, goes around. Good for them, they deserve it. I hope I'm there to see it when it happens. That's selfish and stupidity and ignorant. Hello, Corey Blanchard, my nephew. Trust me, you don't want to be around and beckon the universe to be around when someone who wronged you to see karma come to them. What a horrible thing to say. A horrible game you want to be in. To watch someone be in a state of suffering. But instead, you can be of service by your forgiveness. And say, I know that you did not know what you did. So engaging in a game that they incite, step to the side, let the energy fly by you, don't let it stick, and be excited about something you're going to engage in to where they have no choice but to follow your lead. When you operate your life from this kind of platform, you will be getting the most out of your life because you will be wringing the towel out for every drop of divine milk, every drop of divine nectar, and you will be fed. Make it a promise to yourself, a vow. The next time someone wrongs you, pisses you off to the hilt, even more so, aggravates the living shit out of you, and pisses you off, you may not know it right away. You may not remember to do what I'm offering. Hello, Angela. Keith mentioned that when this person pissed me off, and this person, god dang it, just pissed me off. Let me now see karma as grace, because the karma that you wish happened to that person who pissed you off, is it possible that the reason that person pissed you off is because karma just paid you a visit as well? Think about that. This person who just pissed me off, their time is coming and karma's going to be around, and I want to be there when it happens. Maybe it happened to you because the grace of karma gave you a kiss on the face as well. Are you going to wipe the kiss off and be upset? Or are you going to treat the kiss on your face as nectar and forgive the person who pissed you off? So take the opportunity when someone comes along and upsets you, walks on your toes, pisses you off. Hold them in light. Don't just practice, well, I forgive them. Go inside to a space of true forgiving something to them and forgiveness. In your visualization, help them graduate to another level of light. And watch the nectar that pours into your spirit, into your consciousness, into your body. In fact, we talk about the word nectar as if it's something you can taste. And I have no doubt when it pours into your body, into your temple, that it becomes so palpable, you can taste it. Spirit continues. Dearest, what you and everyone should want to be overcome by is that aha, I've got it feeling. And when you get that, when you come from love, not fear. When we forgive the person and we help them ascend to another level out of the karma that they just tried to inflict on me. Dearest, what you and everyone should want to be overcome by is that, aha, I get it feeling. And you get that when you come from love and not fear. You will not believe how much easier it is to carry the torch of divinity, of enlightenment through life than it is to bear the burden of ignorance, pain, and fear. I ask Spirit, so what should I be paying attention to? Spirit responds, your feelings, beloved, because how you feel will let you engage the thoughts that you are choosing. How you feel will let you gauge the thoughts you are choosing. Just like I said, when someone wrongs you, the feelings that come up, are you going to be boogered by it, or are you going to step back and go, wow, what a great opportunity this is? As long as you stay in your mind, this person wronged me, the outside world can influence you to make more bad choices. And that will only delay your time of peace. I say to Spirit, but what's out there seems so real. Yes, the physical world is temptingly convincing. But when you realize that it does not exist for you if you are not there to acknowledge it, if you keep on investing yourself in the outside world, which by its very nature is forever in a state of flux, how can you expect to ever become still enough to find my peace within yourself? Are you getting the most out of your life and being of service? And Spirit says, when the outside world is forever in a state of flux, how can you ever become still enough to find peace? And I said, who knows? Spirit says, I do. I said, really? Tell me, when? Spirit says, when you choose to, beloved, when you choose to. You create your reality in every moment by your perceptions, your judgments, and actions. This person did this wrong thing to me, and my actions is, I'm going to hold them in contempt. Spirit continues, peace is a state of mind. Bliss is a state of heart. Heaven is a state of being. The simple fact is that, conscious of it or not, you are the producer and director of your own movie, and any sad or unfinished scene in it will only become more difficult to wrap if you do not take responsibility for its content. When I said someone comes along and upsets you, well, Keith, I didn't do anything. I was just standing there. On some level, in some time and space locale, you have created this same karma to come to you and pay you a visit and kiss you on the cheek, or to spit in your face, depending on how you see the scenario. Is your life playing out the way you want it to? If not, the only way to get it the way you truly desire is to do the work necessary and get clear about it. That is the crux of it, no more, no less. Neither good nor bad. Your life is the movie you make. Now we're going to talk about evolution. And I don't mean evolving in the sense of Neanderthal to humans on Earth trying to become spiritual beings. But I am talking about from where we are to become more involved with our life, which will create our evolution and our resolution. Here's the definition of evolution. Think about where you are in your life and that you want to get the most out of it. You want to wring out the rag for your nectar. Every last drop. Definition of evolution. one of a set of prescribed movements. We all have movements. A process of change in a certain direction. Unfolding. This is Webster's now. We all agree the dictionary is our resource for language. Unfolding, definition of evolution. The action or an instance of forming and giving something off. Emission. Forming what you have and giving it away to other people. A process of continuous change from a lower, simpler, or worse to higher, more complex or better state. Growth. A process of gradual and relatively peaceful social, political, and economic advance. Something evolved. The process of working out or developing. The historical development of a biological group as a race or species. Phylogeny, a theory that the various types of animals and plants have their origin in other pre-existing types, and that the distinguishable differences are due to modifications in successive generations. We are wanting to move out our animalistic nature from our past generations. We want to evolve. The extraction of a mathematical root, a process in which the whole universe is in a progression of interrelated phenomena. Evolution that, according to some theories, involves the appearance of new characters and qualities at complex levels of organization as the cells or organisms, which cannot be predicted solely from the study of less complex levels. Compare creative evolution. This is still under the definition of evolution. Evolution that is a creative product of a vital force, life force, then a spontaneous process explicable in terms of scientific laws. Compare emergent evolution. One day when I was writing The Divine Principle, in it, something came to mind about the suffix of T-I-O-N, shun. T-I-O-N, that follows many words we use in the English language. Spirit says, and this makes a very powerful, valuable point. It may be a little tough to follow, so I ask you to hyper listen with your heart. Now let us look at the suffix itself. Shun, T-I-O-N. A suffix used to form nouns from verbs, meaning a-ing or being, as in relation. Something as in creation. This is the definition. This definition offers an insightful word picture. Spirit continues. It indicates the active process by which something is created, noun, because of actions, verb, being carried out. For the purpose of our discussion, shun, T-I-O-N, represents evolution. That which occurs when something changes from one state of being into another state of being. Because humanity is expanding its collective awareness, it is starting to spiritually evolve, thus becoming the manifestation of that very definition. Wow. Let us look closely at the last part of the definition. A-ing or being, as in relation, something in creation. You are the being with a relationship to something in creation, God. But since you have not yet reached God consciousness, your evolution process, by its very definition, must continue. I need some water. Spirit continues. I've just a little more reading to go. How do we get the most out of our life. Being in service to other people. And if you have to start by being of service to yourself, in fact, it's the only place you can start. But if you want to fake it until you make it, start helping other people, because it will bring out in you the best. Start by helping other people. Fear is what has slowed you down and caused you to feel inadequate. It has also led you to believe that there is no hope for your future. Heck, why give a shit about other people? Why would I want to care about other people? My life is gloomy. Fear is what has slowed you down and caused you to feel inadequate. It has also led you to believe that there is no hope for your future. But as you have now found out, because of your intentions to transcend your fears and your selfishness, I have been helping you to get back on track to that blissful nectar life you long for. Yes, you have. Well, but what about those who don't show any intention for transcendence or to help other people? Do you help them as well? Spirit says, I love everyone dearly, even those who let my efforts to touch them slip by unused. Time will come and time will go. People will live happily only to die and move to a higher level. Time will come and time will go. People will live sadly only to die and have to do it over again until they get it right. Surely you can understand that everything born of infinite potential has within it its own spark of infinite potential. Everything has infinite potential to become infinite potential. But to become invincible like God, you must go deep within yourself to reach for that infinite potential yourself. As clearly as there are rewards for going within yourself for sustenance, there are definite consequences for going outside. When you reach out and grab the world, we all do. It's what we've been taught. You are vulnerable to its influences and the rules that apply on the physical plane. It is there that you encounter the many distractions and temptations that result in your conscious disconnection. Looking to the temporal world for what you think you need implies a belief of lack. I ask you, dear ones, why must you reach outward for fulfillment? You can never reach your infinite potential and power that way. The noise in the mind. Spirit says, just imagine what would happen if all the world's citizens truly desired peace. Are we getting the most out of our life? Singularly and collectively. Just imagine what would happen if all the world's citizens truly desired peace. Imagine the quiet that would blanket your minds and the globe if all the bickering stopped. Why, peace could come to pass overnight. But needless to say, the guidance everyone needs to make that happen cannot possibly be heard when the voices of right and wrong, the devil and the angel, are making such a racket. Take a moment now and imagine you are sitting by a small, still pond. You look into it and see your face looking back at you. You try to touch your reflection in the small pond, but as your hand skims the water, your image disappears. When that happens, you feel certain that what you have seen is an illusion. So you reach up to touch your face, confident that your body is real and your reflection is not. But do not be fooled, Keith. Only your experience of that experience, or any experience, is what can be considered real. And no matter what you believe about anything, all you will ever see is yourself. Hello, Marcus Pope, my brother. More mechanics, more insight that you can apply in your life to help you get the most out of your life and drink every drop of nectar from the divine garment. I ask Spirit, please tell me more about how my thoughts and feelings work. There are no neutral thoughts. Only love-based ones or fear-based ones. Love-based thoughts are permissive and cast no judgment. That person did this horrible thing to me. That's judgment. There are no neutral thoughts. Only love-based ones or fear-based ones. Love-based thoughts are permissive and cast no judgment. Fear-based thoughts do just the opposite. If you imagine you are listening to the radio and you're liking your thoughts to its many stations and you're feeling to its volume, what happens when you crank up that volume? And I say, the music I have chosen gets very loud. And Spirit says, yes, depending on the station you select, your love thoughts or your guilt thoughts, your life's radio will either play you a love song or the blues. We will be right back after a word from our sponsor. You are now tuned into station WGOD, your true soul music station. And I say, that's very funny. Spirit says, yes, it is. But it does show you exactly how your judgments, thoughts, and convictions, feelings, manifest your reality. So if you want your life to be filled with beautiful, uplifting music, you must first feel the joy that you know having what you desire will bring to you, and then allow that feeling to take form in your mind's eye. That is the correct sequence you must employ in order to create deliberately, is feeling to thought, not thought to feeling. The title of this broadcast, are you getting the most out of your life? Something's telling me to go inside. I'm going to push energy. And for those out there of you who are empathic, see if you feel this. I support, I dare. When this broadcast is over, get in your vehicle and find someone to help. Be it online. Seek someone out. Not because they're broken. They're all on a perfect path. We do this all the time by just being in social network, by being the people that we are. Let's all, including myself, step up another rung of the ladder. The spiritual ladder, the spirit ritual, the spiritual ladder. And not only just become better by what we read and by what we practice. The highest practice is being of service. And the joy that comes into your body, the nectar, the amaranth, the ambrosia that happens to you on an ongoing basis will surpass anything you go out to do for fun. You will crave it. It will become as important to you as your next breath, and your next breath, and your next breath. Enlightening people, giving wisdom to people, being insightful to other people is phenomenal. But giving your heart and your life to them, seriously, not what you can afford, but give all of your heart, is how you will get the most out of your life by helping other people get the most out of theirs and being the nectar for them, being the bliss for them, being the hand and the heart and the light for them. I am blessed. I have been commissioned. I have been charged by this man, this God-realized man, who's come into my life 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, and stroked my spine and activated my Kundalini from a past life experience. This must be part of the reveal that I'm going to do in the future. Aligned me, made me congruent with my past life experience or a recent past life experience of being so connected to the divine. He brought that into my experience. In fact, he told me so. And he activated my Kundalini. And if any of you out there knows what it's like to have the Kundalini from the base of your spine begin to move toward your crown chakra. Mine is moving now. That's why I close my eyes until something's coming over me or coming through me. My eyes are getting glassy because I'm getting overwhelmed. We know the medical staff, the wings with the staff and the snakes that intertwine this particular rod. It's called the caduceus. The medical staff was created out of the image and the truth that the caduceus represents the spine. And the two snakes intertwining the spine is not only DNA, but it's the Kundalini energy. It's the sexual, sensual, spiritual energy that rises from the base of the spine, and its intention is to move to the top of your head, to the seat of the soul, and you become God illumined. This is the path Jesus walked. It's the path Buddha walked. It is the fire. It is the caduceus. That when you graduate from the base of the spine to the top of your crown chakra, the seat of your soul, you become illumined. Swamiji Visvayogi. Unity is our strength. Humanity is our life. Lit that fire in me. Now I understand why my music life is changing. And I will always play music as I do now, but it's changing. It's bittersweet for me. It brings tears to my eyes. Since I was 12 years old, all I did was play music. And will forever. But that door is shutting. But I taste the nectar, the ambrosia, the amaranth of what's coming down the pike. What is here now for me. And I am getting the most out of my life. Because I'm being of service. This is not look at Keith. I am the example, a way sure to say, everything you could possibly want exists in the helping of other people. Open the door for people. Be humble. Be vulnerable. Be passionate about it. Be sincere about it. And you will have more nectar than you can possibly imagine in your life. Thank you very much. If anyone has anything you would like to share about your life that illumines you in your power, any questions about how to step in it more fervently for yourself. But if you have anything to share about your life, I would like to know that, because I would love to glean some wisdom from your life. Thank you, Dana. I would love to glean some delicious nectar from your life about what you are doing that I can maybe learn from and put into motion in my life. I want more nectar. Hello, Mr. Marcus. How you doing, sir? Dan Hoquist, Dana, everyone's still here. I want to say hi and thank you. Let me see who's here. I love acknowledging people. Fran, Sue. I would love you to share, Fran. My beautiful friend Fran is going to share something beautiful. And I'm going to be patient and wait for her thoughts, her heart. Hello, Rhonda Elliott. Tonight we're talking about, are you getting the most out of your life? I just did just over an hour presentation. And Fran wants to share that she spoke with a medium friend today. So what happened with your medium friend today, Miss Fran? Fran had a visit with a medium friend today, she said, without telling her anything specific, she said. Until then, Sue says, I feel good when I help others. How can you not? I love your expansion, Keith. I felt what it means to you to help us. Everyone helping each other. Well, thank you, dear. Thank you, Sue. And when I express what it feels like to be me, it is truly not from a cocky, egoistic point of view. It's because I want to share what it feels like to be me, what I've done and how I've implemented this in my life, and the reward I get from it. That is the purpose and the reason I share these aspects of myself. These things are sacred to me. I don't share this kind of information of closeness about my life with just anyone who may take it for not what it's worth and desecrate it by throwing it on the ground and or laughing. Not that I care whether people laugh or not. That is not my gig at all. This is sacred to me. And so that's why I take what you say, Sue, and what Fran is offering up now as sacred. Fran was telling us about a medium she went to today. She didn't divulge any information. And the medium says she conveyed an understanding of a complicated situation I am in. I am sharing my bliss, Allie. Thank you. And I want everyone to experience that. And that's why I'm opening up the forum for you, Allie, Sue, and like Fran, to share your bliss, because that's the connection, that's the bridge, that's the unity we talked about. That's what creates the peace. is when we love each other. We all in here love each other, so we want to create a unity. And between us, we divulge information to each other, wisdom to each other, impart information and wisdom to each other, and it creates peace through everyone. That's the divine nectar. That's the ambrosia. That's the amaranth. Fran continues, and in addition to being loving, she also conveyed a need to let Athena enter from time to time and be very assertive. Ah, so Fran has an Athena aspect of herself. You go, girl. Open up and let her in. Sue says, Keith, I've grown so much because of you. And let me tell you something, Sue. Thank you. I accept it. But because of you, believe it or not, you think I'm just being nice, but I'm not. I have grown equally because of you. There is no way out of that. They are the same thing. Your growing because of me is my growing because of you. That is how it works. I get to sit here, or I've been sitting here, sharing with people who come to this presentation as an excuse to go inside of myself to feel the current. In that way, in my reaching to you, of being of service, you are in service to me, and I am in service to myself as you are in service to yourself. It's all interconnected. It's all interrelated. So Keith, are you saying that am I growing exactly the same way and as fast? That's exactly what I'm saying. I have just learned when I'm on the raft that I have no agenda to ever pick up a paddle and oar and paddle. I don't have no agenda to pick up an oar and stroke. I don't. I have just learned that the same raft you and I are riding, I let the current take me. And when you do that, then you get to feel the bliss merrily, merrily, merrily. Life is but a dream downstream. Fran continues about seeing her medium friend that she did not divulge any information. She also suggested, as she did 10 years ago, that Moses is one of the ascended masters who helps me. Yes, they also call him Moshe. From the Judaism point of view, I think he's called Moshe. Fran, I would love to let you continue. If you would, please continue in the thread. I must sign off. My energy is getting so high. I'm vibrating. I'm getting lightheaded, lighthearted, light-spirited that I need food. When I start to do this kind of work, as you all know, and probably you, some of you as well, it gets so high that food helps to ground. And I need to do that. So everyone, thank you, Fran. Please continue to share. I will chime in after. Sue, Dan, Fran, Allie, all those who are still here. Dana that was here. Rhonda, hello Rhonda. For anyone who wants to connect with me when I do these live feeds, please look at the ellipsis, those top 3 dots at the top, and select notify me when Keith goes live. I would love to be in constant contact with you. You are my friend. You are my family. You are my love. And you are my life. If I didn't have you, I would probably lose my desire to be here. Because I know that's why I'm here, is to love and open up the gate and extend, as we all are. Many of us are. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it. My name is Keith Blanchard. I love you. Peace, love, and always remember to live in the holy light right there. Keep doing what you're doing. God knows I will forever do what I'm doing. Look forward to seeing you. Happy Sunday and belated St. Patty's Day. I love you.